What is up, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to Optimal Self Live. Those of you guys that's welcome back, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining and sharing a few minutes with me today. And those of you guys that it's welcome to, well, welcome to Optimal Self Live. And what this is, just simple few-minute conversations, 5, 6, 8 minutes some days. Really, the whole purpose is just to get us all in a groove and on our way to being the best version of ourselves, right? To being our optimal self. What this platform does and what we are trying to do is build a community, right? Building all of us individually as one cool community that is judgment-free, that is really just about being the best version of ourselves, literally living to our optimal self. Okay, so this is it. That's all it's for. This is just to plant a few seeds so that we can start to nurture those seeds, put them in our brains so that as they start to harvest, we have better thoughts, which leads to better behavior, which leads to better actions, which leads to better results, right? But it starts with those little seeds. It starts with that internal narrative. It starts with how we think and what we do. All right. So today's topic that I want to get into is a word, willpower. And where this comes from today is I actually had a client ask me the question, Jeremy, where do you get your willpower from? Where do you get it from? And so it forces me to think, right? It forces me into that mode to say, where does that come from? And so first and foremost, I looked it up. I said, well, I wonder what really willpower is, because everybody has their own version. But the dictionary says willpower is the ability to control your own thoughts and the way in which you behave. So you control your own thoughts and the way in which you behave. That's willpower. And that's true, right? The most simplistic form is we have to control our thoughts first, and then we have to control the way that we behave. And if you do so, and if you're in control of that, that means you have willpower. Well, guess what? You all have willpower. You have the ultimate. But here's what I want you to think about. I want you to ask yourself, when do I have the most energy? When am I at my optimal levels of energy? For me, it's in the morning. For me, it's that first part of the day. And so what I want you guys to think about is that's when you need to get the hard things out of the way. That's when you need to challenge yourself to do it. Whether you're a salesperson, you need to get those sales calls out. Whether you're a non-fitness person and you're trying to get healthy and you want to move better, then get it out of the way. Get your ass up and get it out of the way, right? Because that's what it takes. And that's when you're at your optimal. Because you want to do the hard things when you're at your optimal energy level, right? So, and understand this, willpower lessens as your energy lessens. As your energy starts to drain, as your battery starts to come down, so does your willpower. Think about it. Think about all those things. Think about when you're super tired and something needs to get done, something simple. You want to know the truth? You want me to be real transparent with you guys? That I was doing laundry, okay? It goes off, it beeps. I walked over, I clicked it to do the little refresh, so it's nice and warm and ready to go so I can get it out and make sure the shirts aren't wrinkled. You guys all do this, right? We do laundry. And I sat on the couch. My day was over. And guess what? It never got done. Matter of fact, it was sitting in there all the way until today. My willpower to get up, my discipline to control the way I behave was gone. How many of you guys have had that happen to you before, right? It was gone. There was no way. My energy level my energy level was done. I was ready for bed. I was ready for it to be over, right? The day to be over. And sure enough, my discipline, my willpower to control the way I behave was gone. And it just sat there. So think about it. That's the true story, right? As willpower, as your energy lessens, my willpower, my discipline lessens. So we've got to fight that, because there's an old military statement that says fatigue makes cowards of us all. Fatigue makes cowards of us all, right? You guys have heard of, the Navy SEALs and all of those elite fighting divisions of all the different military, right? And how hard it is to get in. Well, guess what? They deprive them of sleep. They deprive them of food. They deprive them of water. They keep them alive. But what they're really doing is they're trying to fatigue them, not just physically, but mentally, because they want to see how far it takes. And guess what? Until you'll break. Because if you can fight through it, then you have the willpower that when you get in, because those guys are fighting life or death, right? Those guys are so that we have everything that we have in our world is because they're out there fighting that fight. And those are the strongest, mentally tough humans because they've been through it. Because fatigue makes cowards of us all. And how hard can we fight through it? So let's talk on a normal level now for us. So how do we get through that, right? If that is true, fatigue makes cowards of us all, right? Another thing, Mahatma Gandhi, in there, I think it's on this page, says strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from indomitable will. Again, strength, right? Everybody thinks, oh, that guy's strong. Oh, you're strong. No. It's not the physical strength. How strong are you here? That's the true strength. Because that's what's going to allow you to move and grow and become the best version of you. That's what's going to allow you to tap into your full potential. Okay? So think about this. If fatigue makes cowards of us all, then we must take decision-making out of the process. We must remove decision-making the best that we can, right? The best thing I can tell you is in the morning. Right? Those of you guys that are like, oh, I'm going to get up tomorrow, new day, new life. I'm going to get up and I'm going to take my ass to the gym, or I'm going to get up and I'm going to do some movement. And then your alarm goes off. And then you have to think, what am I going to do? Am I going to do push-ups or am I going to do sit-ups? Am I going to do jumping jacks or am I going to do mountain climbers? Am I going to, you can start to go through it, right? You have to decide. And you're laying in bed under those nice warm covers. And guess what? Nothing happens. Because I'm having to make these decisions. Now, what if your gym clothes are already out? What if you've already written it down on that piece of paper? What if you already have it ready to go, or however you're going to track it? What if it's all ready to go and that alarm goes off? I don't have to think about it. I'm not saying you're always going to get up. What I'm saying is the chances are much better. So what are you going to do? Well, the answer is preparation is the key. And this goes in every aspect of your life. If you'll prepare, you got a chance. If you'll take the time and prepare ahead of time, right? If you'll set intention the night before, set your day up, set intention the night before, you got a chance. There's a very good chance that you're going to get it. We talked about goals, right? I got to have a clear goal. That way my behavior falls in line with the goal. That means I can say no to other things. Now imagine this. Imagine that you've prepared yourself. Imagine that the preparation is done. Imagine if your gym shoes are out, the outfit that you're going to wear, the shorts, the shirt, whatever, your Lululemons, whatever is already out. The chances are you're going to do it. The chances rise that you are going to do it, that you are going to be the best version of you. All right. So again, eliminate or you must make decision-making very less of the process. Preparation is the key to make that happen. Okay. Preparation is the key. And that's how you get strong willpower. That's how you start to create discipline, is because when you take decision-making out, when you start to prepare, your willpower skyrockets, your discipline skyrockets. Your ability to control your thoughts skyrockets. The better the internal narrative gets, your life skyrockets. I'll leave you with this, right? In Atomic Habits, James Clear says this, and I think it is a military statement too, but this is where I saw it in the book. He says, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems or habits or behavior. Again, We don't rise to the level of our goals. You might have this big goal, but we don't rise to the goal. We fall to the level of our systems. We fall to the level of our habits. We fall to the level of our normal behavior. And we need to get rid of it. We need to change that. How? By preparation. How? By knowing what the goal is. How? By having everything ready, taking decision-making out of the process so that all I have to do is follow it. Because if you follow the plan, you got a shot. You got a shot. And you'll be on your journey. You'll be on your way to being the best version of you, to being your optimal self. So set the goals, yes, but optimize your energy, optimize your willpower by figuring out the times, and then prepare. Set your intentions and drive it towards that goal. All right? Drive it towards that goal. So ultimately, come on, let's get on this journey together and be the best version of you. Your optimal self. All right? That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please hop on over, right? Hop on over to optimalself.today. It should be scrolling right there. Optimalself.today. Our next rollout is August 1st. Make sure you're on there. Make sure your email's in there so that we can get you the information. We want you to be part of this. We want to be on this journey with you. And please, as always, there's somebody in your life right now that's struggling, that's really hurting, and they just need a hand. They just need a word. They just need a kind word. And you know what? Let this be it. Share it with them. Put it in their DM. Scroll it, whatever, copy it, paste it, send it in a text message. Just let them see that there is a place for them. There is something that they can listen to. There is a platform that will allow them to dig out of there, that won't judge them, that'll put our arms around them and let them be the best version of them. That's what we want. All right? There's somebody in your life. Share it with them. Jump on over to our podcast. The more you guys download, the more you subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please rate and review. It helps us tremendously. So if you're getting any value out of this, please jump over to the podcast, rate and review. We appreciate it. And as always, please send me your questions. Please, anything that you want to hear. That's where today came from, somebody just asking a question. So I love it. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. All right? Have an awesome night. See you tomorrow.